I'm sitting on the side of the road. I don't know if it's a small town or what. It looks like a small town by the name of Oxford, Alabama. What's up, twin? I've been sitting here on the side of this road in Oxford, Alabama since around 8 p.m. Wednesday night. It is currently 11:39 a.m. Friday morning. How did we get here? Let me tell y'all the story. So, I'm doing my thing, both hands on the wheel, driving safely. You know what I'm saying? Cruising at about 65 miles an hour down the road. When I heard a boom, 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 boom. Truck shaking. I'm like I'm on a loose head roller coaster. I said, oh shit, not again. It wasn't that bad. So I immediately pull over. And I'm on the side of the road and I'm like, that felt like I just blew a tire. And I don't want to be sitting on the side of the highway to get my tire repaired, especially if the man had to lay down and get up under the truck and all this stuff with people flying past him. So I seen a sign up ahead that said the next exit was like 1 mile away. So I'm like, okay. I'm going to slowly but surely throw the hazards on and I'm going to creep towards this next exit. So that's exactly what I did. As long as I've been in this truck, I'm surprised I'm still, you know what I'm saying? I drive the little mile, man, go up the the off ramp, cross over, and I pull over on the side of the on ramp, like I'm getting back on the freeway. So I pull over there, and I'm like, people driving by here should be a lot slower. It should be a lot safer for me to get my truck fixed. I jump out the truck to see if I can't diagnose the problem. Immediately, on the driver's side of my back tandem on the trailer, I see smoke. So I'm like, what the hell? The hell? I shoot back there, I'm looking. Smell all type of burnt rubber and burnt metal and shit. I'm like, damn. So after about 10 minutes go by and the smoke cleared, I'm looking and I notice ain't nan one of these 4 tires back here on this side pop. Ain't none on flat. So I shoot to the other side. And same demo. Nothing flat, nothing popped, nothing exploded. And I'm like, well damn. I hop back in the truck and I called the night shift maintenance folks for the company. Let them know what's going on. They're like, all right, we're gonna get somebody out there. What's up with it? Hours go by. Keep in mind, this happened at 8 o'clock at night. Hours go by. We not even on Wednesday no more. We done made it on Thursday. Ain't nobody been out here. Finally, early in the morning, like 1, 2 in the morning, somebody get out here. And it's the service dude. He like, man, I think you blew an axle seal. And, you know what I'm saying, threw some ball bearings. I'm like, damn. What that mean? He's like, man, you need to get worked on and we can't do that on the side of the road. You would have to get towed into the shop. And I'm like, bet. We call these folks back, hook up the tow truck. So I called the folks back, try to hook up the tow truck. The tow truck show up probably around 4, 5 o'clock Thursday afternoon. We going on damn near 24 hours. You feel me? So I'm like, damn. Keep in mind, let me back up. let me back up. I believe I told y'all that the company that I had just got hired on to, I was loving it. I was loving the company. When I call, they answer. When I need something, they right there. Well, their company got bought by this company. So since I started working, this is my second company. And I know y'all are always talking shit like, damn, I'll get more jobs in a little bit. I wasn't looking for this job. This job came and snatched me up, like basically kidnapped me. If you know how it used to be back in slave days when they like, hey, you work for my daddy, so now you gonna work for me. It was basically like that. Like the company was like, hey, we just bought y'all. We gonna let such and such go, such and such go, such and such go. You come with us. And I'm like, that's a boss. Be a damn fool to say now, as long as I've been looking for a job and I finally got one, and then y'all just gonna tell me to come with me. So I'm like, all right. Now let me be real. We had orientation the other day, and I'm sitting there like, the same day this happened, I went to orientation in the morning. They're like, well, nah, y'all ain't gonna get this signing bonus. All them bonuses, all that money, and all that shit, all that's gone. So I'm like, I already like, damn. Which led me to what happened. On the way back to work, after orientation, I went home, got me a couple hours sleep. They had booked me a load. I didn't like that. Because I was like, man, I just went through orientation. Y'all, so much y'all got to switch my truck stuff because they bought all the trucks and all the trailers too. They're like, they got to put all this stuff on my truck, which I already on my truck. Only thing I didn't have was a tablet. And I'm like, how long do it take to put a tablet on my truck? So they gave me a loaner truck. It's a lot of stuff I left out, so we're going to back it up. They gave me the loaner truck. It's supposed to already be right. It's supposed to be perfect. It's supposed to be everything. It's just like my truck, except it got the tablet in it. The first issue I had with the company was communication. I pull up and I'm like, hey man, I'm calling night dispatch. I'm like, what trailer am I supposed to take? And he's like, I don't know. Grab an empty trailer. We got such and such on the yard, such and such should be on the yard. Empty, find one of them and let me know the one you're gonna get. So I'm driving around. I'm like, dude, there is no refrigeration trailers on this yard. I heard earlier somebody we had a drop yard down the street, so I'm like, I don't know what a drop yard is, but maybe the trailers is at the drop yard. So I see somebody coming in to work on the late night shift, and I'm like, hey bro, I think it was a woman, but she had a beard, her breast, but she had a big. I'm not getting this 2025. You got everything. So I'm like, do you know what a drop yard is? She like, well, that person was like, over there behind that shed, just keep on going that way. Like I said, it looked like a little stocky stud, but this person had a full goatee. Little curly hairs, it wasn't just 2 or 3, it was like that. Sound like a woman, looked like a woman. This thing had a goatee and was dressed up with like camouflage pants on with the boots, and I'm like, I'm not even gonna go there. So I get down the street to the drop yard, and on this drop yard there is one trailer. So I called dude back. I'm like, man, there's one trailer, like 5 something, and he like, all right, here, just grab it. So I back up to the trailer. Appreciate you, bro. I back up to the trailer, and when I'm going to go hook up my glad hands, I realize it got a red lock on it. Can't use this trailer. So I called him back, like, hey, bro, this trailer got a lock on it. I ain't seen no more refrigeration trailers. And he like, man, just bobtail up there. That's all I can tell you. So I'm like, you gonna just bobtail 150 some yard and 150 some miles. Hopefully, I don't have to switch out a trailer. They just gonna give me this trailer. So I go up there, they give me the trailer. They switching me over from the systems I've used, which is Geotab, to this Samsara stuff that I don't know how to use on this tablet. And the truck that I got ain't connected to neither one of them. So I'm like, oh man, they got me out here illegal. So immediately I can, I'm getting me a paper log ready. In case the folks pull me over, I'm gonna have to, what I'm saying, look out for myself. Get me a paper log. So I go up and I pick up their trailer and I drive about 3.5, 4 hours left to West Memphis. And I pull over in West Memphis for the night. and I cut my truck off, and I realized my APU is blowing hot air. Oh my God. They got the truck set up where they won't idle because they got the APUs on. But it's blowing hot air. So now I'm here melting. I done close this curtain back here, try to let the little air blow and circulating and hit me in some type of way. But I wake up in the morning, I'm sweating. I'm like, man, let me call these folks. I called folks. He's like, man, deliver it. I said, look here, bro. I'll be able to deliver the load because that's today. I can drive, the air be on. But when I'm done with that load, he was like, man, when you're done with that load, hit me up. We're going to get you to the shop. You know what I'm saying? If we got to get you a hotel room or whatever, how long it takes to fix the APU, we got you. We ain't going to let you ride around like that. I'm like, thank you. So then they tell him, okay, your laws messed up because your laws is running with somebody else who used to be in that truck, who used to use their tablet, so it's showing all that shit. And if you try to run, you're not gonna have the hours. So let me fix that. So they fixed all that. And I'm like, man, I keep going on the paper log because I'm not gonna let y'all mess me up. Get everything straight. On the road again, I'm riding. And when I'm driving, you know what I'm saying? I'm got Bill Fees on them, listening to him, flip over, listen to some music. You know what I'm saying? Make a phone call or two. I started driving at like 11. My tire blew out around 8. So I've been rolling. I'm trying to go from Arkansas to Gainesville, Georgia. I made it as far as Oxford, Alabama. So I'm like, damn, man, they got a monkey wrench in the program. Now the folks calling, they're like, man, where I loaded? You gonna make it on time? I'm like, yeah, bro. I'm waiting on these folks. They probably have to come out here and do whatever they do, and I'll be right back on the road, man. I probably get to you on time. I had about 4 or 5 hours before I was literally delivered. I was 2 hours away. I had about 3 hours to play with. I'm in good spirits, like shit. I'm still gonna make this load on time. Let's go. Now fast forward back up. All that time went by, and dude finally pulled up in the truck, looked for Loves, and he like, yeah, man, we're not gonna fix this on the side of the road. Get it towed into the shop. Shop manager be there around 8 o'clock. As soon as he get there, man, we get you knocked out, get you back on the road. Folks call him like, yeah, man, they're gonna get me knocked out, get me back on the road. So I'm waiting on the tow truck. By the time the tow truck show up, it's about 6, 7 at night. I'm been here almost 24 hours. Dude pull up, he like, yeah, man, they called us earlier. And we had so many things to do, so many heavy hauls to pick up, that we thought that maybe they had called somebody else to get you. But they called us back and let us know that they didn't. They were still waiting on us. So they told us, hey, if you can't be there the next hour, don't even worry about it. We're going to get somebody else. He was like, nah, man, I'll be there in 45 minutes. So I don't know when that was, but they got here. So he get here, the tow truck driver, but he go back there and look. And he like, man, it ain't your axle seal, bro. Your axle seal is straight. He said, this is what I want you to do for me. Go around to the backside and go look at your drive tire on the inside. So I went and I looked, I said, oh, man, damn. Man, this tire is ripped to shreds. The bar that holds the mud flap is bent up. The mud flap is threw up over the top. A bar from the thing of the trailer is bent down. I said, man, he said, yeah, bro. And you said you had a technician come out here. I'm like, yeah, he told me that it was the shit back here. He said, man, I'm gonna tell you what it was. It was this. And all that smoke you seen was coming because the guardrails you got on the side of your trailer on the bottom was funneling back that way, and it was coming out by your tires. He said, man, I don't want to tow you to the shop. It's gonna be a whole lot of money. When all you really got to do is get a technician back out here and get your tire changed, and you'll be great. So the tire technician come out, he like, yeah, man, you got to do is have a blown tire, but also your axle seal back here is leaking oil, and you probably got some ball bearings messed up. So whoever told you that was right. So this was gonna happen. I'm gonna fix your tire, and you still ain't gonna be able to go nowhere because the trailer wheel's gonna lock up. It's locked up. It ain't gonna turn. So now they got another technician on the way out to look at that shit. Dual chamber tire on the truck. Took off the broke part where it hold the mud flap. He tried to rip off the bent part of the trailer, but he couldn't get it. Like, man, somebody gonna have to saws all that. The other technician come out and he just looking. He didn't bring no oil or nothing. Cause I'm like, hey man, the guy back at the house say maybe you could put a little more oil in it and it'll unlock. He was like, yeah man, they just told me to come look, so I ain't even bring no oil. I'm like, bro, you in a whole technician truck, the big truck with the lights and all the shit on the back, and you came out here empty, nothing. He was like, man, they was talking about they could put some chains on it and limp it. I'm not thinking he talking about he could do it. You just told me you ain't got nothing. So I called my boss and them back like, hey man, they say, he was like, man, dude say that he told you he could put the chains on and you could limp back to the shop. And I'm like, no, we must have had a misunderstanding, because to me it sounded like he was saying that could happen. He wasn't saying he could do it. He told me out of his mouth that he didn't bring anything with him as far as supplies, not even oil. So what would make me think he had 2 chains to change my tires up? And I don't know nothing about none of that shit, bro. I drive trucks. I don't have no problem with the trucks I drive to know all the ways to fix the problems. So he's like, man, don't even worry about it. I'm gonna see if I can't get him back out there. This is late last night. It was around 10 o'clock, 9, 10 o'clock last night. He's like, man, I'm gonna see if I can't get him back out there. You know what I'm saying? Change tires up. So about 10, he hit me like, man, not gonna happen. I done called 11 tow trucks. Finally, number 12 hit me back and he was like, I got you. He said, so they should be there in an hour, hour and a half. I'm like, thank you. Speaking of God, let me bag back up to get back to the reason why I bagged up the first time. Before I took off in this truck, I thought about it because a flatbed job had called me and was like, hey, you want to work for us? I'm like, yes, sir. In my head, but I'm like, man, I just got this job and I'm thankful for it and I'm grateful for it. God gave it to me, so I'm not just going to throw it to the side like I don't give a damn about it. So what I actually did was I said, you know what? I started weighing my options. I'm like, it's flatbed. I always want to get into flatbed. Most of these flatbed jobs that I apply for be like, nah, because you ain't got no experience. This job was like, come on, we will teach you. And we will pay you while we train you. I'm like, ain't that God? They like, we gonna start you out at $120,000 a year. I'm like, ain't that God? So I'm like, God, I need a sign. I said, man, I'm gonna stick to this job because you gave it to me. But I need a sign that if this ain't for me and I need to go with the other opportunity, then I need to do it. So I made that prayer. And yesterday, I was frustrated. I called my mom. I was like, Mom, I prayed to God to send me a sign. Like, and I don't want to be hasty with, do you think this is a sign? Ain't nothing went right since I've been in this truck. Everything been going wrong. I'm sitting on the side of the road and number time to think and realize that God is saying, sign, 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 sign. And she's like, I don't know if it worked like that. Because, you know, God gonna make you work for that sign. He ain't gonna just give it to you like that. And I'm like, well, Mama, you know, I'll tell you that story about the hurricane and the people sitting on the roof and God sent the boat and the people turned it down. God sent the helicopter and the people turned it down. And then they get the guy and they ask God, well, why you ain't help us? And he's like, man, I sent your boat. I sent your helicopter. I'm like, I don't want to be looking at this sign right now. Like, and then ask God, he's like, I sent you the sign. You was sitting on the side of the road for so long and you didn't realize that maybe this ain't where you supposed to be at. So I sent the man at the job an email and I'm letting him know, like, look here, bro. I'm hesitant because I got the job and I'm blessed. I needed a job to take care of my family and I finally got one. I said, so I don't want to be in a situation where y'all calling my job, asking about me about another job, and then I don't get the job. And now it got to be awkward with me and the job I got. They looking like, oh yeah, you trying to get away from us, huh? We help you out. We don't really need you. We know some more truck drivers trying to get in the truck. So I'm like, man, dude finally hit me. He like, nah, man, you need 3 years since your accident. And I'm like, see, it's a year and another month. That's 13 more months. If I'd applied for y'all didn't call my current job. Like, yeah, so how is he as a worker? Because we thinking about hiring him. And then they would have been like, oh, yeah? And then I wouldn't have got hired. So let's get it back up to where we at. Last night I get the text message like it's like 9 or 10 o'clock. And I look here, bro, we so sorry this going on. You was not supposed to, you shouldn't have been out here this long. But I just got the fucking with these tow truck company and they say they finna be there in an hour, maybe an hour and a half. I'm like, bitch. He's like, look, if this other tow truck company show up, you cuss them out for me. Tell them, they not authorized to touch this goddamn truck. And whoop whoop bam. I tried to call them and cuss them out, and they didn't answer the phone, so I cussed them out in the email. I'm like, so if a truck come to save me, and it's not the truck company you want, then I should just sacrifice my own self and stay out here in Alabama, where I don't trust people, where I don't know nobody, where there's no bright lights and tall buildings around. There's some woods and some trees and maybe some wolves or something, mountain lion, I don't know. But I'm sitting here on the side of the road in the wilderness. And you want me to turn down the tow truck if they show up? Like, come on, bro, I got you. So I can say, hold on, man, I'm waiting on another tow truck to see if they really gonna hit me too. So I wake up in the morning about 8 something, and I'm like, man. So I just went to sleep and waiting on the tow truck, and the tow truck never did show up. I screenshotted the conversation I had with the nighttime dispatch that was doing all that shit. I sent it to my personal daytime dispatch. I waited an hour. He didn't hit me back, so I called him. He like, yeah, man, I ain't read the text message you sent me yet, but he said, what's up? What you got going? I said, man, I'm still on the side of the road. He said, hell no. What you mean? He said, man, that's some bullshit. I'm like, bro, you telling me I work for y'all. Well, not you, but you know we work for the same people. He like, man, this some bullshit. Bro, hold on. I'm gonna go back here and holler at these maintenance folks. He come back, he like, yeah, man, I talked to the dude you talked to last night, and he trying to get you right now. I'm trying to get you right now, man. We on it. We gonna get you outside the road, man. This is bullshit. I'm gonna make sure you get compensated, get your money and everything. And I'm like, as he talking, I'm uploading Indeed back to my phone so I can start looking for a job. I ain't been wanting to post because I'm like, man, I'm going through this situation, man. I ain't really got nothing positive to talk about. Instead of the fact that I do got a job, I'm still alive. So I can't just look at it in a bad light. You know what I'm saying? I know God gonna take care of me in the long run, man. I just gotta wait out the storm. But I'm still sitting on the side of the road, y'all. It's noon, 12:01. I've been here half of this day, all of yesterday, and 2 hours of the day before. So when you add that up, that is 38 hours. My clock has reset. I done got a fresh 70 sitting here in the sleeper version. I got food, microwave. I'm surprised I watched half of like I don't even know if that was since I've been here. They could have been when I was in West Memphis. I watched half of maybe a quarter Straight Outta Compton. I'm not ready to start watching Purge movies. I got all of them, including Meet the Blacks, Life. I had bought Training Day and Django. And they both at the house. I got Next Day Air. That's one of my favorite movies. School Dance. The Departed. Stuff like that. Right, man. I'm trying my best to stay positive, man. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, get in my feelings and do nothing reckless, man. Like call these people and talk bad to them and tell them to take this shit to Chevy, put me on a motherfucking airplane. You know, this type of stuff any other trucker would do. If they was in a situation where they knew they could just go get another job, I probably would have done it by now too. You know what I'm saying? I got $70-something thousand worth of frozen chicken behind me. And I'm sitting there like, how are y'all not feeling the pressure for me to get this load delivered. Especially when you know that it can't go from here to the delivery. It got to go from here to the shop, from the shop to the delivery. Like, how is y'all not feeling that pressure and making shit happen? Getting this show on the road. If that trailer run out of reefer, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be no less than a couple $100,000 loss for your negligence. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Because I've been sitting here, I've been letting you know, this is the type of thing a driver would get fired for, you know what I'm saying, if it was his fault, and he probably wouldn't be eligible to get no other job. That should be hanging over his head, but this ain't got nothing to do with me. I've been called, and I've been talking to the people I'm supposed to talk to, and all this and that. I can't understand how between whenever and now, they have not gotten a tow truck. I've been in situations in bumfuck Egypt, stuck in the mud, needed a tow truck, 90 minutes. I'm talking to Bubba, and he hooking me up and pulling me up out that mud, you know what I'm talking about? I'm sitting here on the side of the road, bro. Show y'all something. How has you not gotten me out of this? You see what I'm saying? I've been sitting here, this is my third day. Wednesday, Thursday, today is Friday. This is what I'm talking about on the other side. You see what I'm saying? Man. And since I showed y'all that, we might well turn this to an educational show. It's gonna get great. Because I know y'all wondering right now. Feel. If you've been sitting on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere since Wednesday, you ain't had to use the bathroom yet? Yup. This is a bathroom. Got a little head on it. I'm a big boy, so I had to invest in something different with a big head on it. But this is a bathroom. This is a toilet. Let me explain. You take a bag and you drop that down in there and you wrap that around the rim, right? And then you double back around the rim with this. So it's cushion. You can sit on that. And when you're done, I have you some of that good soft shit. Not that hard shit. That's that good soft shit. And have you some spray. You have to have some spray. So, let me see. I got that good strong shit. Scent bomb for when you dropping them big bombs. Oh yeah. Spray a little bit of that down in that bag before you sit down and go to work too. You know what I'm saying? Just to combat it at all ends. Don't spray a couple times down there. Spray around, you know what I'm saying? And then handle your business. And then when you handle your business, you spray a little bit more. You take the bag, tighten that up. Make sure ain't nobody around. If they want it down, throw that shit far as you can throw it. It ain't staying there. You throw that shit far as you can throw it. So, that's how you make it. Y'all already know. Let me see. Take a tour of the house. Yeah. And the microwave. You know, we gotta keep a TV, DVD player, refrigerator. I ain't bringing no PlayStation in with me. I usually have me some propel water, some regular water. And I got some sodas in here. But man, that's how we survive. It just is what it is. Man, they need to. Cause like I say, I'm on Indeed, man. I'm looking for something. But I don't feel like they appreciate me, boy. Like I'm appreciating them. Like anybody else, it is what it is. They would have been gone. They probably would have left this truck right where it's sitting at. I told them, look here, man. The keys is located such and such for when you pull up with another driver or somebody, you fly another driver in to get your truck. Or you drop another driver off to get this truck. But I'm out, man. I'm not going to live in Alabama. When y'all trying to relocate me and make me live here on the side of the road like some vagrant. This is another reason, man, y'all need to respect y'all truck drivers, man. You don't know what we be going through on this road, bro. Like, I could be at the house taking care of my mom. I'm out here begging somebody to look out for me. Now, what if this is one of those situations back where I didn't have the food up there, and, you know what I'm saying, loaves of bread and sandwich meat and chips and cookies and snack cakes and sodas and water and all that shit? What was one of those situations like where I had first got started and I hit Miami and I got people on here sending me money, cash app, so I can buy a chicken sandwich? I wish I could get some cooked food so bad right now, man. I'm so tired of eating peanut butter and jelly and Black Forest ham and, you know what I'm saying? I like peanut butter bars and cakes, but I'm tired of them. I like chocolate chip cookies, but I don't want no more. Not right now. I don't want no more chips and shit. I want some hot food, some greasy or something. You know what I'm saying? Got me a cup of noodles. I'm probably gonna eat that for lunch. That way, I don't know how I wouldn't left my Tupperware bowl at the house, but I'm probably gonna eat me a cup of noodles for lunch, so I can keep that cup and make me some jambalaya, some gumbo later on. It's sad that I feel like I'm gonna be here to do that. Because last time I talked to them folks, it was like 8, 9 o'clock this morning, and they was talking about they had, man, they were working and this and that, and shit, I still ain't had no tow truck pull up out here for me, man. Dude talking about he gonna make sure I get compensated. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna get some extra money, or if that just means, well, I'm gonna make sure you get paid, bro. Nah, I ain't gonna do that, man. I ain't gonna abandon this truck. For one, all my shit in here. You know what I'm saying? Well, really, that ain't even number one. Number one is, I know if I abandon this truck, it's gonna be on my record. And whatever job I think I'm gonna go get after this, when they reach back and be like, well, what happened when people, he abandoned the truck, left it on the side of the road. They not gonna tell him, oh man, well, we abandoned him and left him on the side of the road until he ain't had no choice but to leave. All right, now I got a choice. Like I said, I got food and water in here. If I didn't, I had to go. But right now, I had to call them yesterday morning. When I woke up in a pile of sweat, like, hey man, I need y'all to cut the idle on this truck, so this truck can idle, so I can have some cold air. They did that. I'm hearing this truck roll by. I'm trying to make sure there ain't no tow truck pulling up. They cut the air on, so now I'm idling and I got some air. I'll be alright. Tell them that. If I end up abandoning this truck, it's gonna be because I have no choice. It's not gonna be just because I got frustrated and shit. Ain't that much frustration for me to be walking down the highway. Like I said, I don't have nobody around here that can come get me. None of that. I'm not fit to spend half of what's in my bank account on the Uber and a plane ticket. But y'all know that talking to y'all be my therapy. And y'all know it help a lot. So that's what I'm doing. I need to be in here studying for my hazmat. It ain't gonna do no good. Yeah, at this point, if a state trooper was circling around, I'll flag his ass down like, hey bro, think you can give me a tow truck out here? Like, real talk. The reason why I'm saying they ain't gonna do no good is because ain't nothing the tow truck driver they could do to me that's negative. All they could tell me is, yeah, bro, just get some help. Get your tow truck driver out here, man, and I hope you get to a shop where you can get your truck fixed. As far as inspection, I'm not worried about the inspection, and they're not gonna be worried about the inspection because anything that's wrong with this truck happened when it happened. I'm not driving around, so it ain't nothing really a state trooper could do to say, oh, well, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's going to cost them, but it's going to cost them anyway because they're going to eventually have to get one. But the thing about it is, if they don't get one and this reefer run out of reefer fuel, it's going to burn their motor up. That's going to cost them thousands. If they let that load thaw out and meat go bad, that's gonna cost them a couple $100,000. So you might as well spend the $600,000, $800,000, $900,000 gonna take to get me towed to the shop, get the shit fixed, and then try to recoup your money by getting me back on the road. That's the only way it's gonna. You gotta realize, I have not delivered one load for this company yet. I think this load that I'm delivering is like supposed to be one of the last loads for my last company. Because I'm still on their manifest, you know what I'm saying, running off Geotab and shit, and we don't do Geotab over here. Well, they got me over here now, but I'm like, Diatat. I'm still, this load came on Diatat. They don't use Diatat, so I know it came for the other company. Which is them, because they bought the other company, but it ain't transitioned over to their shit yet. I'm pretty sure they do, but either way it go, if they lose it, it's going to be a hit. They're going to take a hit. The insurance ain't going to treat you right when they have to pay for $200,000 worth of meat because you let a truck driver sit on the side of the road for damn near half a week. They're going to look at you like, no. It wasn't no malfunction with the truck or nothing. Like the freezer was working. He just sat there so long that it ran out of fuel and the reefer couldn't keep going. That's what I'm saying. They got something to think about. That should be their biggest concern. Even over me, they should be thinking, damn. First of all, we need to get the load delivered. Because if we don't, then we're going to mess up by doing bad business with the company they're supposed to be going to. Because this is what you got to think about. When you get to the store, and ain't no chicken in that store, and you looking for it and the shelves is empty, you gonna be like, what the hell? What the food at? What the meat at? Oh, the truck late. Truck late. On the news, they've been saying that we were to have empty shelves because of Donald Trump. Now you telling us, oh, the food is here, it just ain't here. It's sitting somewhere in Alabama on the side of the road, we waiting for it. It's late. Them people at these stores ain't gonna wanna hear that shit. When you go to the gas station and you pull up to get some gas and there ain't no gas, you don't wanna hear, oh, the truck late. What? Hey, bro, what a gas is. This is a gas station. Y'all got one job. Is to have some gas in this bitch. When you pull up at Kentucky Fried Chicken or Church's Chicken, they got one job. Popeyes, have some chicken in this motherfucker. Nigga ain't come up for some spare beans, rice, and a biscuit. What a meat. Shit, that's how I feel. What a meat. Don't be telling me that this is Burger King and you ain't got a burger. Can I interest you in some fries? Yeah, I love fries, but can I get that Whopper? This was just taking this shit. Anyway, man, I know y'all be wanting truck driver store sometime, man. So a little truck driver store for you. They doing bad out here. I knew as soon as I got my smile back, they were gonna be trying to find a reason to keep me from smiling. I got to smile just because I got the ET there. That's what I'm talking about. I don't even feel right frowning no more. As long as I've been waiting to smile. She with the big green. Anyway, man. Let's see. Couple stories, man, we've been hearing about on the internet. I've been seeing. I told y'all way back when, a long time ago, it was a video that's supposed to be exonerating Tory Lanez, and they wouldn't allow it in the evidence. They suppressed it. Now they're talking about this ring cam footage. I don't know if that's the exact same video that I was hearing about all this time, but if it is, it would make sense. But I've been told y'all there was another video out there that was going to exonerate the man. I don't know if it's because they just bought my company and they switching over because they didn't do reefer, they did drive-in. So now they're trying to expand their business into everything, man. But sometimes you're being too greedy, man. Right now, I feel like I just got to roll with the punches. I found a job I liked. When I was looking at the qualifications, it was one thing that disqualified me, and that was they said no more than one speed ticket in the last 12 months. I got 2. One of them will be up next month, like on the 17th. You feel me? So I put an asterisk by that job, man. We're gonna revisit that. It's a trip to Dallas, back to Little Rock. So like you home every other day. Dallas, Little Rock, Dallas, Little Rock, Dallas, Little Rock, Dallas, Little Rock. And I'm like, I can do that. Even though I hate that drive from Little Rock to Dallas, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a different type of driver these days. So I can hit that highway. Boom. No touch. Dropping hook. Pyong. I can shoot down there. You know what I'm saying? Every other day. That's nothing. But back to apparently they got the congresswoman from Florida, Republican on top of that, getting involved with the Tory Lane situation. And trying to exonerate him and get him up out of there, man, out the jail, out the prison. I never understood why people jumped on the bandwagon of Megan Thee Stallion and wanted to get big Tory Lanez and shooting her, when I'm like, man, think about this. First of all, she lied from the beginning. She said it was glass on her foot. She never said nothing about getting shot. Second of all, she lied some more, talking about she had never been in a sexual relationship with Tory. Third of all, what would Tory motive to shoot her be? Like, be for real, y'all. Be for real. Let's be honest. What motive would he have to shoot at this woman? He was sleeping with her and her homegirl. Why he the one mad? They say when he was apologizing for it and on the phone, or was he apologizing for what he say he did? What did he say he did? He said that he ran his mouth like a little bitch, got back there in the back of the truck drunk, and got to asking Megan why she always going behind Kelsey, fucking everything Kelsey fucked. And Megan was like, who? And she was like, me, the baby, this nigga, that nigga, that nigga, that nigga, this nigga, that nigga, that one. And she was like, why you put my business out there? And Kelsey was like, knuckle up, bitch. And they got to fighting, and she was beating the shit out of Megan Thee Stallion, and they was in her car. So she told her driver, pull over, let that bitch out. And once the bitch got out, she jumped out with the thing, because that was her pistol. It was in her bag. She jumped out with the thing. Bow, 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 bow. That's how the story was going. They say Tory jumped out. She had shot 3 times in her bow. Pow, pow. Tory jumped out, grabbed the gun, pow, pow. It went off a couple more times. But they was in front of somebody's house. They were watching the fight, because they was fighting at first, and they got out the car, and they were arguing before the pop, 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 pop went off. So this is the dude that was watching the fight that said he had the video of everything that went down. That man said out of his own mouth, it was a fight. I seen a woman pow, pow, pow at another woman. And then a dude jumped in and tried to break it up. That kind of go with what the bodyguard said. They go with what Tory said. They go with everything everybody said except for Megan Thee Stallion. Here goes some other things that throw off this story. First, she said she had glass on her foot. Shouldn't be no bullet fragments in your foot if Kelsey was really shooting in the air. Pow, pow, pow. Not at your feet. Pow, pow, pow. The 2 shots that went at the ground. Pow, pow. Maybe something could have ricocheted and cut your foot. Couldn't cut your foot. The thing about it is, when you get to the hospital, the lacerations and stuff on your foot ain't consistent with gunshot wounds. There's no bullet fragments in your feet. They have no bullet fragments, period, nowhere. Nothing to do with a bullet, and nothing to do with Megan Thee Stallion. You say they say they was, but when they ask the producer, they're like, we lost it. So maybe that shit wasn't really real. Then they say when Kelsey was giving her statement to the police, there was no attorney present, there was no parents present. What was present was a Roc Nation executive. Why would somebody from Roc Nation, Meg Label, be there with Kelsey as she's giving her a statement? Was they coercing her? Was they telling her what to say? Was they doing her like they did Tory, and they're like, you know, you want to make a statement, but maybe you should hold off on it because it's going to get bad for you if you do. Maybe they told her that, hey, maybe you got to shut your damn mouth or we're going to make it hard on you. we're gonna make it real bad for you. So she's like, I plead the fifth. My thing is, why would they give her immunity if she wasn't a suspect? If you ain't supposed to be involved, why did they give you immunity? What was that for? I don't know. Then they go back to the gunpowder and the residue on the hands and the DNA on the gun and on the clip, and they say he was less than 0.01%. That's like a tenth of a penny. If you're going for $1 and $1 a whole, you get down to a penny, then you got to cut that penny up in 10. And then you give him that and say he's less than that of a chance of being the DNA on his gun. Knowing his DNA on the clip, meaning this ain't his gun. The gun itself will say, well, if his DNA on that, he shot it. If his DNA on the clip, well, nigga, you loaded the clip up. This your personal gun. But anybody can pick up a gun and shoot it. But that his DNA ain't on the bullets and ain't on the clip, meaning you wasn't personally handling this gun all this time. Somebody else DNA on that means they the one loaded this up and closed that up and put that where it was, and you just went and picked it up. Then if you got stuff on your hand, that means you fired it. So they can go back and say he didn't fire it, he didn't pick it up, he didn't load it. Dude ain't been messing with, he ain't been messing with his gun, it ain't got nothing to do with him. Exclude him, so how did he get charged? How did he get sentenced? It's a setup. It's all a setup. Now, something else that I haven't been invested in, I don't even know if it's true, but I've been seeing this getting on my nerves, is they saying Yo Gotti broke up with Angela Simmons to get with Glorilla, and I'm like, it don't make sense, bro. It don't make sense. Gotti got with Angela to get away from the streets because he was trying to transition into a boss. He wanted to be a Russell Simmons. He had been a Yo Gotti already. He had been through the street money. He had been through the legal money. He'd been to the business owner. Now he wants to do real live boss shit. I don't want to have to rap. I don't want to have to chart an album and talk about what my single is. This I did that. I've been doing this since I was a kid. So why would you leave your boss bitch for the bitch that only got money because you giving it to her, because you paying her? You know what I'm saying? But don't leave your boss bitch for a bitch that only got Chanel bags that you purchased. She only got diamond chains because you bought them and put them around her neck. You know what I'm saying? She making boss moves because you steering her in that direction. My thing is this here. I done got to an age where I'm tired of bad bitches. I'm so tired of the baby hair, lace front wigs. I'm so tired of always got a pound of makeup on your face, somewhere twerking your ass, always trying to be the finest thing in the room, always needing attention, always want to be seen as women. I'm tired of that. And it's like Glorilla is just now coming into that. First she went and got her breast done when she said, ain't nothing wrong with having a little breast. There ain't nothing wrong with it. I kind of like it. Anything bigger than this is, you know what I'm saying, it's just what I'm going to do with it besides try to hold it up and you know what I'm saying. If you like it, I love it, but I also got my own personal purposes. The booty. I can deal with a little booty. I can deal with a big booty. I don't want to deal with a fake booty. I just rather deal with some natural. So after she went and got her breast done, she went and got the ass shots. When she pulled a Megan Thee Stallion and was like, we're going to take pictures in the gym, but you ain't been in the gym working, you've been getting your ass shots up. So later on, she admitted she had got the ass shots. I think recently she went and got her nose done. And I remember her, you know what I'm saying, that was like one of her trademarks was their nose and how far apart them eyes were. And I'm like, now you trying your best to look like every other bitch in the business. There's nothing unique about you anymore, except maybe your voice, and that's not attractive. That's something a nigga's gonna put up with. Not to tear it down, I like Glow. I don't listen to none of her music. I know she dropped bangers because I see other niggas listen to it, but I'm like, I don't listen to none of Glow music because the very first video I ever seen her, I seen females in the video, and they changed all of it to where it was saying I'm a hoe. When I first seen her video, all her homegirls, they was dancing, twerking on the headlights at the red light. They had signs that said I'm a hoe, and they wasn't saying let's go. They were saying I'm a hoe. And then later on, when she started blowing up, all that changed, and all of a sudden they were saying let's go, and I'm like, clean that shit up. And I'm like, I would never with the image. Y'all know I don't like that the female rappers out here trying to turn these black women and black girls into hoes, making them feel like they're not worth it, they're not good enough. And when a woman like that go and get her nose done, get her ass done, get her titties done, it's basically telling these people that she wasn't good enough and you ain't good enough either. Look at all this money I made, look at all these hit songs I got, and I'm still don't like myself. I'm still not good enough. I gotta go get the ass they got. I gotta go get the nose they got. I gotta go get the breasts they got. The only thing I changed by myself is my teeth, and I had to do it. I know I got a big ass nose. I know my beard don't match up all the way around. I know my hairline dip a little further back on this side than it do on this side. But guess what else I know? I know I'm gonna deal with it, and y'all gonna deal with it too. Cause I'm me. And I'm not gonna go out here and try to get the this nigga hairline, the this nigga teeth, and the this nigga beard, and you know what I'm saying? Man, I'm me. I'm good enough. I'm gonna be good enough for somebody, more than enough. And when I find that somebody that's good enough for me, I'm good enough for them, shit, they're good enough. We're gonna be happy. I'm gonna work hard, take care of my responsibilities, and handle theirs, and we ain't gonna have no complaints. Other than that, then I'm just gonna be content with myself out here and handling my business, being a good person. We'll be alright. I'll be alright. Other than that, man, we're about an hour. I'm trying to think of anything else going on in the industry right now that I need to bring up and bring awareness to. Can't really think of nothing. No big stories is going on right now. If I'm wrong, y'all, somebody say something. Other than that, man, y'all hit that like button. Come and subscribe. Give y'all a couple minutes, man, a couple seconds or something to see what y'all gonna come up with. After that, I'm gonna get off of here, man, and call these folks again and tell them, hey, so this how y'all gonna do it? This really how y'all gonna do it? You gonna get off work again and be like, you gonna go home to your wife and your kids, and you gonna forget that you're on the side of the road, stuck in the same place in Oxford, Alabama. I don't even got no listeners and no viewers in Oxford, Alabama. I don't think. If I do, somebody need to hit me up and come kick it with your boy or something. Take me to the park. Stop picking me up, take me to Subway, give me a burger or something. I'm tired of eating lunch meat, man. Cookies and chips. Other than that, man, we out. So, don't be afraid to take the long road instead of the wrong road. Do things the long way instead of the wrong way. Find somebody to help. Tell somebody you love them. You know I love y'all, man. We out. And I appreciate you.